Should we take another side quest?
Yeah, well, here we go.
Yep, this is the Sidequest Chronicles. And welcome to week number 2 of Sidequest Chronicles. I am one of your hosts, Howard.
And I'm the other host, Will.
There must be a delay.
There's a delay because I didn't hear you say anything, but then you laughed.
Oh, okay, great. Come on, Riverside. But anyways, how's it going?
Good. I mean, if we can get this internet thing figured out, it'd be going better. But besides that, pretty good.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
So we'll get right into the side quest of the week.
What are we talking about this week?
Oh, we're going to talk about how awesome Bluey is.
Ah, yes. So, as parents of small children, the show is amazing. Like, it's so good. So much better than like Blue's Clues or anything ever was.
Yep. I know the kids request it every morning when they wake up. They want to watch it. I mean, hell, when they go to school, it stays on the TV for a good long period of time because it's not annoying.
I have
It's
also
good.
done that.
It kind of it's educational. It shows how much fun a family could be
Yeah.
if you put a
Well, and
little
it's got
effort
like
into actually.
life lessons, not just like, oh, 1 and 1 is 2 or blue, or it's like lessons to further develop them as people.
And the interactions between the adults and the kids are just about right on scale of what our real life is.
Oh yeah, I think they did a very good or are doing a very good job at relating it to parents now instead of like focusing on, oh, this is how parenting used to be, let's make a show on that. Like, no, this is how it is nowadays, and it's fairly accurate.
I remember one episode where the brother-in-law or whatever, Muffin, the character Muffin, her her father, they're driving and the subject came up and he called, "You're special, okay? And you can do what you want," or whatever. And then when they get to Bluey's house, she's messing up their game and saying, "I'm special. I can do what I want." And, you know, so,
Hmm.
and then Bluey and, gosh dang,
Bingo.
Bluey and Bingo go into the kitchen all bummed out because their game's getting all messed up by Muffin. And then the dad has to explain, a Muffin, you are special, but you still got to play by the rules. And you got
Yeah,
to,
you're special to us, just not
yes,
everybody else.
right. It's like, so it's like they're teaching their kids right from wrong as well, and it's sometimes you miss on the message right away, and then you
Yeah,
got to correct it, and they do a good job of correcting it and showing you how it really works in the real life.
yeah, and I think they do a pretty good job at like side character development. Because like obviously you're invested into Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, Chili a little bit, but like you actually like you're interested in what Muffin's doing, what Stripe's doing, what I forget his name, but the Wiener Dog or Winston or like the way they structure their episodes. And so yes, I know other names. Shut up. The way they
I was about to
structure
say, you
their
didn't.
episodes is great.
For the first year or so that watching that show, the only two characters I really knew was, or three characters, was Muffin, Bluey, and Bingo. I didn't know what the parents' names were. I knew them as Dad
Yeah,
and Mom.
Bandit
I
and
didn't know
Chili.
they were Bandit and Chili. It's like, wow.
The only one that like I think Christina remembers his name, but it's their neighbor. It's Lucky's dad. They just call
Oh
him
yes,
Lucky's
look.
dad. They
Lucky's
say his
dad.
name like one time, and I always forget what it is or which episode it is. But yeah, Lucky's dad, and everybody else has a name.
Oh, I like the birthday episodes where they're going through everybody's birthdays and they play that one game, pass the
Oh, pass the parcel.
pass the parcel, and Lucky's dad's rules, and by the end they loved Lucky's dad's rules.
I love how he's like, they're not my rules, those are just the rules.
Yes, we're raising. What does he say?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
something we always call
Bunch of squibs
we're
or something.
yeah, we're raising a bunch of ninnies or
Basically
something like
raising a
that.
bunch of wusses. Yeah.
Yes, it's like can't give him. I mean, he stood his ground, and then he's like, "Okay, fine, we'll play it this way." But then the kids liked it their way, his way. It was
See, and
just
I
funny.
like
It's
that
like,
episode because it shows like, yes, things change, people need to change, but some of the shit that has been around can still be okay. Like, you don't have to change everything.
and kids are resilient, and it
Oh,
showed in
yeah.
that episode that kids dealt with it. Although the
Eh,
very first time he started handing out cash, but that was
well,
funny.
yeah. Here's 20.
There's always,
Here's 20.
but it's like it
Hey.
shows that kids are resilient. They got the hang of it, and then they wanted to play it that way from that point
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like because it's a game and someone's got to be a winner and you just gotta need to have losers. It's like yes,
That's just how it is, man.
yeah, it's the way the world is. It's like there's always winners and those losers. You can't have
Yeah.
winners all the time.
Well,
You
yeah, I
know
think that was their version of the participation trophy episode, basically.
exactly, and that's why I
Like,
like
oh
that
yeah, you can
episode
all
so
get
much.
this, and yeah, it's cool, but it's even better when you just win all by yourself.
And it also made Bingo like even when she thought she was gonna lose that last one on her
Hmm.
birthday or on Bingo on Bluey's birthday, she was even still like, "Oh, it's okay,"
Yeah,
And then there's like, "Oh,
yeah,
nope, we still got a minute. We still got a little bit of music left."
yeah,
Oh, so it just showed that sportsmanship and stuff like it. It just was pretty cool episode.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't think there's been an episode I've seen so far, and I think I've seen all of them that I didn't like. Like they're all
yeah.
pretty solid episodes.
And then there's a tearjerker one too. They even have ones that get you to cry.
Oh,
Like the
like Baby
moving one.
Race.
Oh, baby
See,
race.
we said two different ones. Yeah, the one where Chili's looking back on like how when the girls were younger, they weren't quite developing as fast as they should be, or like walking as fast as they should be. And she was
Oh,
feeling bad about herself and how she was being a mom, but it had nothing to do with her. It was just some kids develop later. Christina,
wow.
I think Christina connected with that one quite a bit, so that's why that one popped in my head.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's like
weird.
one of the neighbors, like Chili's always competing with her, like, oh, her daughter walked before you, Bluey, and then, oh, her other kid did this before you, Bingo. And it was just like a little
Wow.
competition between like how the kids are developing. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. And I
But
like
yes, the moving
the
one, that one was pretty good.
because that one you had them moving and there was a wedding at the same time.
Well, and it was a super
Eh,
long one too.
Yes, it was the extended episode.
Hmm.
It was like I think that was yeah. It was towards the end of the season that year.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
they might have did like one episode after that one, but or I don't remember.
you had I like the aspect of it. You had the moving aspect and tearjerker that. Then you had the wedding storyline right in the middle of it, which you had
Oh, and she just takes off.
the groom. Yeah, the groom's not. They can't find the groom, and then she takes off, and it's like, whoa! It's like exactly. This is real life, man. It's like everything that happens. is real
And then like
life.
all the kids need to get in the car, but like no car seat. Okay, Bluey, you're getting up front, I guess. Let's do this.
Yeah. So, well, I can't believe
Oh yeah,
I
two
love
grown
this
ass men talking
podcast.
about Bluey.
We're talking about an Australian-based family programming, children's programming, not in this. Well, it's a family
I
programming
mean,
now because
they
uh,
do. I feel like they do a lot to gear towards adults because they know we have to watch it.
yeah, and it's not just we're not the only ones. I've listened to podcasts where they're talking about, yeah, after we're done recording this, I'm gonna go watch some Bluey, you know, and
They
they're
have
grown
shirts at
adults too.
they have shirts at it was either Target or Walmart. I don't remember where I bought it. Yes, I bought it. The freaking Bluey shirts. I think the one I
Nice.
got I think it has like Bandit and maybe a couple others dancing, and it says "What up, party people?" And then I saw another
Dance
dude wearing it,
mode.
like walking out, and I was like, "Oh, you're a dad too."
I like the dance mode ones. Dance mode.
Ah, those are so funny. I don't know if I could do it, like in real life, for real life. I don't know if I could bring myself to just dance wherever because my kids said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea though.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So Bluey, how awesome is Bluey? Very awesome.
100% approved.
Yep. So
Oh, before we go away from Bluey, have you heard?
all right.
I believe it's either 2026 or 2027. There's supposed to be a movie.
No, of course there is. There's always a movie for everything.
Of course. But those
Just don't
episodes
let
take so
Disney.
long to animate. I think it's gonna take a while because that takes so
That's why it's
freaking long
probably
to animate.
why it's 2027.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't let Disney have at it. They might make a live action version of it.
Well, I mean, it is Disney, but
Yeah. I yeah.
I mean,
Um
it's played on Disney. I don't know if Disney
but
actually like has their hands in it.
I think Disney buys it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's contracted into Disney Plus because it's such a good show. You know,
Hmm.
Disney
Yeah.
likes to. That's why Disney's bent the rules on their morality, and they have Family Guy and Simpsons on there now, and even Deadpool.
Well, it's because
You
they own
know,
Fox.
yeah. Well, I know. It's just they're
It
still
is
playing it on their
weird.
platform.
It is weird searching for things like that or stuff that's like on Hulu because we do the Disney Plus where you can access Hulu through it. Like we don't use Hulu on its own. So searching for stuff that should not be on Disney Plus
You can.
feels super weird.
Yes, it does. Trying to find some, especially when there's like scary movies or slasher films. It's like,
Yeah. Like, oh,
really? Why is this?
I'm gonna watch some Bear today. I'm gonna go to Disney Plus. Like, what?
Why is? Oh, the bear.
Yeah.
That's that cooking
The
show,
TV
right?
show?
The yes, I watched the
Yeah.
first couple episodes. That's a damn good show.
I think I'm in the first season. I
I
haven't finished it, but
I might have to watch a little more of it. Then we might have to talk about it one time.
yeah, give us more
So I
content.
heard it's a great. I, I heard it's a great show. Everybody loves it. So
The amount I've seen so far, it's pretty good.
okay, so we're gonna end that side quest
Yes.
and
Before we
jump
start
into
another.
the next segment. We are. This is. I mean, I think I might rewrite some of these titles of the segments.
Okay.
Um, like this is called Backseat Riders, but I think we're just more or less going to talk about how it could have ended differently. Or
Yeah,
let's
not
see how it
necessarily
goes.
rewrite it,
But
just
that's
kind of our feelings on
just
it, kind of.
yeah, and This segment, we're going to talk about the end of a show that we choose, which today will be Supernatural.
So, spoiler alert.
That
If you have not finished
yes,
Supernatural, skip to the next segment. It's cool. It's fine. We're going to talk about the end of it. Spoiler alert.
yep,
You've
yes.
had your warning.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, this segment is going to be a big spoiler for a lot of people if we when we use it a lot. If we use it a lot.
Which a
Um,
lot of these, it's probably going to have a good chunk of time in between, so it's probably fine. But just in case, if you're behind, just know that going into it.
and technically, it's been like 5 years since the show's been off the air.
Oh, it's been
If
long
you're a
enough. I feel
fan of,
okay with it.
and it, if you're a fan of Supernatural and you haven't finished the series yet, what are you waiting for?
So, on that note, I do know one person specifically. Um, she has not finished it because she doesn't want it to be over. Like, she's in the last
Uh,
season, I believe. She just has like a handful of episodes left. But if she finishes it, then it's actually over. So she just hasn't done it. I'm like, okay, I guess I could see that. But at the same time, finish the show, dude.
it's on syndication. You can continue to watch the episodes over and over again.
Yeah.
Your aunt does it all the time when she's sleeping. Um,
Me and Christina actually last night started over from episode one. I think we watched the first two episodes again. And her and the kids have been watching them. I got up this morning and the kids were watching Supernatural. It's episode three.
nice. I'm watching right now. I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the final season.
Nice. Yeah, I watched that one
Um,
probably a year and a half, 2 years ago.
yeah,
Good game.
I watched all the series up until the final season, and then I got distracted with other stuff.
Oh,
So it's like I'm trying to finish it now so I can go on to Angel, the final
I
season,
was gonna
because
ask you
that's
about Angel.
well, I like Angel, but I think the best season was the last season.
Okay. Yeah,
or
I
the
never
set.
got super into Angel. Just something about it. It just didn't feel the same.
Well, it got really good when they brought in Spike.
He was always one of the better. We are not talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer
That's
right
right.
now, Howard. We're supposed to
And
be
you
talking
think
about Supernatural.
that's Sidequest 1.5.
Maybe next week, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, end of Supernatural. So,
Yes,
my opinion,
go for it.
I think they could. I would have been satisfied if at instead of doing one more episode, they could have left it at the end of like um everybody wins, they defeat God, all that stuff. The one dude, I'm trying to remember his name. Um,
I probably should have
the
watched the
Nephil.
last episode last night.
I probably should have done it too. Uh,
Oh,
the Nephilim.
Jack?
Jack. That's who. Jack takes over heaven. Everybody's happy. Everybody won, and that's the end of the season. That's the end of the series. I would have been happy with that.
Yeah, I would have been happy with that. I'm not. I okay. Overall, the way they did the last episode, I actually liked. I liked seeing Sam get the life that he originally wanted but could never have. He got that. That was cool. Even like Dean dying, like I was okay with that. The part I didn't like was how Dean died. It was the simplest, like the dude picked him up and hung him up like a coat at the end of the day, and then that was it. Like no big epic fight. The dude has been through shit, and oops, you backed into a nail. Guess you're dead. What the hell?
They saved the universe and saved heaven and everything. Why couldn't somebody come down and heal him real quick? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, and
You know
like
you're
he's
watching,
been
Jack.
dead multiple times. Those would have
Yeah.
been better ways to go out than the way he actually went out. Like Like I said, I have no problem with him killing him, giving Sam the life, then meeting up in heaven later. That was super cool. That's how he went out. Come on, man.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of
Yeah, I thought it
it
was
just that's
too simple and easy.
it's like what? Within the five within the first 5 minutes of the episode, he dies. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why?
And it was
At
just
least
so
wait
like out
till
of nowhere.
yeah, it's just I just yeah, and couldn't they show Sam going on with his life with Dean going on with his life? It's like I know
I I think the whole point was like as long as they're both around, they're going to do things together. They're gonna keep doing what they've been doing, I think was kind of the point they were trying to make. So like
that's
for
true.
Sam to have his life, Dean had to not be there. And Dean didn't really have aspirations to create a life, so they're not gonna kill Sam and have Dean make that life. So I understand why they did it how they did it. I just think that killing Dean off should have been more of a spectacle than it was.
Well, yeah, it should have been like maybe, hey, death has just come for you finally. You're done. You've done your job. You helped save the universe. I'm taking you away. No, you're not. I'm staying here. I'm alive. Blah blah blah. And you get in a big old fight with death. Death wins. Boom. There you go. There's your epic
Or
battle.
honestly, if they would have brought in the death character and said, "Hey, it's your time," I would have been okay with Dean saying, "Okay."
There you go. That too. I would have been fine with
You
that
don't
as
even
well.
have to like kill him off with a weird side character vampire dude. Like just have him accept his fate, move on. Sam can move on with his life. Problem solved. No, you got to hang him up like a fucking coat.
Yeah, he gets spiked by a what was it, a vampire or a werewolf? It was vampires.
I think it was a vampire, and they were like in a house, and it was like some kind of spiky nail thing or something sticking out from like a pillar, and dude just backs him up onto it, and
Yeah.
then Sam.
Yeah, it's like that's what I don't get. It's like they've gone 15 years of them not doing stuff like that,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, oh, I'm dead. Oh,
yeah,
know.
that's when he makes the stupid mistake. Like, no, I'm pretty sure that would have happened a long time ago if he was going to make a
Yes,
mistake like that. That's my issue. But overall,
he
I'm fairly okay with how they ended it.
the real Dean would have turned her would have been instead of getting hooked on it, he would have spun the vampire around and spiked him on it.
Yeah, he would have been aware of his surroundings and known, hey, maybe don't
Yep.
point my back towards that wall.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
as we're talking this through, I'm realizing maybe that they were trying to say, like, hey, even though they've been through all this stuff, they have all this experience. Accidents happen. They can happen anytime to anybody. Shit happens.
Yeah.
But either way, he
I would
should
have
have
been
come
like
out in
if I
a
was
blaze of
Sam,
glory.
if I was Sam, I would have been like, Cass.
Well, at that point, Cass was gone, wasn't he? Or wasn't he just like,
What? Uh,
I gotta,
See,
I
this is
gotta rewatch
bad.
that last season.
I'm gonna have to watch that last episode again.
We should have done more
I
research.
was just oh yeah. I meant to. I really did.
I didn't even think
But
about watching the
hey,
last episode.
anybody listening, go watch the end of the episode again, into the series again, and you guys can message us, talk to us about it, whatever.
Yeah, give us your thoughts. Tell us why we're right, why we're wrong, why your opinion's better than ours. Bring it.
Yep. Well, I honestly think that after they've both been dead so many times, because Sam died a couple times too.
Oh yeah.
And I think that when Jack took over, Jack should have just says, "Okay, you're coming with me. Let's
This is
go to heaven. You're
happening.
gonna help."
Screw it.
Yeah, it's like, what more do you need? I'll send an angel down to anoint two more hunters to be like you guys, and they can take care of all the vampires. You guys took care of all the big bads throughout the last 15 years. I mean,
Right.
literally, you've taken out the devil. You've taken out God more than
Multiple
once. You've
times.
taken out God's sister. Yeah, it's like you've taken out all the big bad BEGEs, took them all out.
Yeah. See,
So,
and that I think that is why when he just some low level vampire took him out, that's why I was like, what the hell, dude?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. It wasn't the fact that they killed him off and that gave Sam a actual life, and then eventually Sam died and ended up with Dean in a like a human type space that they could have easily done if they just went to heaven when Jack took over. It's like if that was
Yeah.
the case,
I mean, but they let
but
Sam live his life out, so he got that. If Jack would have taken him right away, he never would have got that. Never would have had his own kids or anything.
yeah, that's true.
And I heard
But
that when they were filming that final episode, the shot where they meet up in heaven, that was supposed to be like everybody, but COVID, so they couldn't have more than X amount of people in one shot, so it had to only be like the two of them or like two or three, whatever it ended up being. But yeah, they
oh
wanted like everybody in the shot, but COVID didn't let that happen.
wow, all right. That was the backseat riders, or we can say, I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Uh,
Make it
yeah.
more original for us. Like this next episode, like this next one, the segment was originally called, the ideas you gave me, just time travel rules are dumb. And I think it's since the time travel, we talked about that a little bit last week. I'm just calling this segment, let's revisit that.
All right. Let's do that.
Take something from another episode and talk about it some more.
Okay.
Like we could both go, like maybe in a couple of weeks we actually watch Supernatural. We could
Right. Come
mention
back and
something we
actually
didn't
talk
mention
about
before.
it.
Yeah. So this one we're just going to talk about time travel and the rules from one genre to the next. Um, like and how some of it is just stupid.
Yeah.
So
Time travel is one of those things like it may or may not exist. Who knows? It doesn't. Surprise, surprise. But there's so many different theories that all of them kind of overlap. So like they all make sense, but they all don't make sense at the same time.
I I think the ones that don't make I think the ones that are just impossible to believe that it's true are the ones that you can actually go back in time and change the future. Like
Yes.
Back to the Future rules. Back to the Future rules. That it's almost scientifically impossible, especially for a human body to make the changes that needs to make, as far as memories and all that stuff goes. Our brains would explode
Yeah.
or have an
See, and
aneurysm and die.
I kind of find that type a little more believable than like the ones that are going back and killing somebody. Because like, okay, you've accomplished that, but then like that person, like we talked about last week with the Sarah Connor thing, like if that person is actually dead, now in the new future, there's nobody to go back to kill, so the time travel never would have happened in the first place.
Right. Right. So
Which
the
I think is the
time
point
traveler
of the
would
time
just
travel to change it, but like it never would have happened.
right. The person that went back in time would just cease to exist
Yeah, or they would never have
because there
that
would be no
idea in their head because there's nobody to go
right.
back in time to take care of.
Yeah.
Or
And
there's
then you
the
got the
other.
Avengers.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, or there's the one where shit. What was I saying? My brain took its own side quest. Yep, I lost it. You're up.
Um, okay. Then you got the Avengers one where they're going back at certain points through the quantum realm and not affecting anything at all, but just taking something simple and then replacing it.
See, but with
So
that
it
one,
never really.
and I don't think we talked about this on the, or we might have brought it up on the pod last week. But the Avengers, the way their timelines work is if you go back in time and change something, you're not really changing anything. You're creating an alternate
Yeah.
universe kind of thing, I think.
Yeah, that's if you make a big enough change.
Yeah, like
Like
the
they
other
literally
timeline is
just
still
went.
going. You're just creating this alternate thing that now has these parameters.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
And we alluded to last week the Star Trek one, the Kelvin timeline, where something went
Yeah.
back and changed the future, which created a different timeline,
Yeah.
which
So
or a
now we have the
splinter.
knowledge of that old one, but like in the actual universe, they have no idea because it never happened because they changed it. But
Right.
like that other one still happened at some point.
And let's see what there's more time travel stuff. I don't
I
know.
don't want to bring up something I haven't watched, but whatever, I'm going to anyway. Looper with Bruce
Oh, I've
Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I haven't seen it, but I know it's something to do with time travel because like Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a younger Bruce Willis, and it's something about like one of them's trying to kill the other
oh
one or something. So that's another interesting one.
right.
I think moral of the story is we need to do research before we record episodes and like watch movies and TV shows.
Yes, 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 yes.
Later episodes,
Um,
we'll get there.
what we got? We got there's still one more time travel thing that I wanted to bring up and I just spaced it. I
Was
wanted
it
to talk
Terminator?
about. No,
Okay.
I don't know.
Um,
It'll come to me and we'll have
trying to
to do
think,
a side quest.
trying to think of other things that have done time travel
Well,
in
you
like a big different way because they're all fairly
yeah,
similar.
yep. Well, there's always the yeah. See, the Back to the Future one was what I was thinking about before, and always change. It just changed. The Back to the Future changed so much, a lot, and there was at
Oh
the
yeah.
end of the series there was still enough change that it was better for him because he
Hmm.
still had the truck, no matter
Yeah.
how things got screwed up. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, because it's a fictional thing, like there can be so many different takes on it as long as it mostly makes sense. I mean, there's no saying it would or wouldn't work because we don't know how to time travel, or do we?
Yes, I think the time travel thing. I think even if you go back and not change a lot, or you just you 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 take a just one pebble out of a street, there's going to be a ripple effect no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you just show up and put your feet on the ground, you're disturbing time,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's going to
Like,
ripple effect.
ooh,
Something's going to be different.
butterfly effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like no matter what, something's going to change because you just disrupted time.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think going backwards and well, see, there is a theory that you can't go forward in time, but you can go backwards in time. Yeah, because future's not set. But then there's a theory that future is set in stone, and we're just playing it out, which would make
But so if you go back in time, you change something, you're not actually changing anything because in that moment, you were the one that went and made that decision in the first place. So that's what was supposed to happen all along.
yep.
Like you're not actually changing. Like, no, you're contributing to what has already happened. You just didn't know that you were the contributor.
So Captain
Oh,
America not returning
okay.
at the end of Endgame, would
Yeah.
that have affected anything unless he just stayed out of Future's way?
Yeah. I mean, knowing the two of them, freaking Steve Rogers and what is it, Agent Carter, they can't
Right.
just sit around and not do anything. They're going to get involved. That had to have changed stuff. I was
Yeah.
thinking more of the interstellar time travel,
Oh yes.
where have you seen Interstellar?
Yes, I have. Damn
So
good
all the
movie.
like pounding on the bookshelf and the sand falling, like, oh, this is coincidence. No, it was him the whole time. He just didn't
Yep.
know that was him until it happened.
Yes.
That was
True.
that's more of the like you're
Oh,
involved in the past so you can't change it, but you didn't know you were involved in the past until it happens in your future.
right, because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
It hasn't. You haven't done it, so you have no idea that that's you doing it. I
yeah.
think
But
that's a
your
more
intent is
the
to
interstellar.
change yeah, your intent is to change the past, but unknowingly you're
Yeah.
just creating the past.
I think that time travel rules in the interstellar is probably more smack dab to begin with.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
I would agree.
because he and by time he came out of it, which wasn't very long, far as he knew, years have gone by. So, um, yeah, I think we just beat the horse to death on that one.
Yeah, not a whole lot more unless we like watch some more movies and see different theories and stuff. But our knowledge right now, I
We'll
think we're
probably.
good on time travel.
I just say time travel might be another one we might revisit more than a couple times because it's such a. I
Or if you
mean,
guys are tired of hearing of time travel, let us know.
well, also according to Star Trek too, their warp drive. It's warp. How do I? Oh, it's partially time travel too because it takes so long to travel through space that their
Okay.
warp drive basically sends them. They're not necessarily going fast. They're basically time warping and skipping a bunch of time warping to their destination.
That is so obvious, and I never thought of it that way. Like, of course they're time traveling. What the hell?
Yeah, they're they're time traveling a little bit at a time just to get to the let's say everybody knows if you go normal speed to Mars, it's about 9 months to get there.
Yep.
So why not time travel to skip it? Skip the 9 months. Time travel
Yeah,
nine
I
months
mean,
from
if
now.
you have that capability. Because the other way to
Yeah.
do that is it's going to take 9 months, but you guys are going to go into cryo sleep. So for you, it's going to be like
Right.
30 minutes, but you've been asleep for nine
True.
months.
Yes.
So like brain time travel. Oh, have
Yeah.
I ever told you Aiden's theory on time travel? So
Ooh,
for the
no.
audience, Aiden is my 10-year-old. So, and he's had this for a couple of years. It's kind of bullshit, but from a 10-year-old, it's kind of funny. He thinks
Hey.
that sleeping is like time travel because to you, you lay down, it goes black, you wake up, hours have passed. You just traveled through time. I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Uh, not how that works, but I see where your head was going, and I like it.
On a memory slash brain thing, it tracks.
Oh yeah, totally. But like
your
actual time
your
travel, like
body's still
no, dude.
there. Your mind is traveling through time, and you're waking up hours
Yeah,
later, not knowing, in your memory. Um, but your body is still there through the whole time.
it's like
It's
a
that,
small scale cryo sleep, traveling to Mars for 9 months.
or is it?
Oh shit. Or are we just all in dream and time traveling right now?
Or is if a tree falls in the woods, no one's there to hear it. Does it make noise?
Yeah, yeah. Just no one heard it. I bet the squirrel fucking heard.
Yeah,
Probably scared the shit out of him. Probably dropped his pile of nuts he was trying to gather for the winter. I
he
don't know how
dropped his
squirrels gather
nuts.
nuts. I don't...
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
move
anyway.
on to the next segment. These are going to be our last two segments. We're kind of doing them together. We'll start with the greatest fictional duos.
Yeah, so for these, just for everybody, we're gonna kind of do this weekly, I think. We'll just kind of our character Hall of Fame kind of deal.
Yes, and we'll be doing more like categories and stuff. We're just going to shoot from the hip this week and just pick a couple because I didn't have time to set it up to do
Well,
a
and this gives us
categorical type.
a chance to like our true like of all the books, TV, movies, whatever, like these are the ones that we're actually choosing, and then from now on, like there'll be categories to kind of refine it a little bit. So that's how I saw it.
Yep. Okay. So, greatest fictional duos. You want to go first with yours?
Uh, I, no, not really, but yeah,
Or
I
you want me
will
to
if you
go
want me to.
first? Hey, I'll go
Well,
first if you
okay,
want.
so there's an obvious duo that I feel like should be picked, but I don't know if I want to pick it just because I should pick it. Does that make sense?
If I know which obvious it is, but I'm not going to pick it either. I'm going to save it for another time.
Yeah, screw it. We'll save it. All right. I can go first
Huh.
then. I'm going with Mario and Luigi. I was trying to think of a way to set that up, but screw it.
Oh,
Mario and Luigi. Fucking
Mario
classic
and Luigi.
Nintendo. You can't think of Mario without Luigi. You definitely can't think of Luigi without Mario.
Wow, that's definitely on my list. I did have a list of ones. Um, the list I was looking at, they're number three all time. Um,
Eh.
so Mario and Luigi is awesome. I mean, it's
Oh,
they've been around for they were the beginning of Nintendo, basically.
oh,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
the Plumber
Specifically Mario,
Brothers,
but I mean, Luigi was there from the beginning too.
right? Because both of them were part of. I think it's Mario, the Plumber Brothers, or something like that.
I
It
don't
was a before they even had the Mario Brothers.
know. Oh,
Before
okay.
Nintendo had their own platform, there was a game called. It basically you just fix pipes in the sewer, I guess. Very simple game, but it
Okay.
had Mario
So
and Luigi
it's
in it.
evolved for the better.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, there's
So, and
freaking cartoons, there's toys, there's a movie, like they're everywhere. You say
they're very.
Mario, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yep. And you say Mario and somebody says and Luigi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you almost can't say Mario without Luigi.
So my duo, I'm torn between three different ones.
Okay.
I just I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go Han Solo and Chewbacca from
You
Star
that was
Wars.
very bad timing. You cut out, and I did not hear what you said, Howard.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Okay, I cut the tail end of it that time. So
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
hey, that was clear that time. There we go.
All right. Yep. They are a very iconic duo. I mean, lots of movies together. Well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
couple, 4 movies together. I mean, Scoundrel. I mean, you know, they took showers together. If you watch the origin story of Han Solo,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I actually really like that movie.
I do too.
I know a lot of people
I like
didn't,
how he
but I
started.
thought it was great.
I didn't know. I think they still could have done better job of picking a Han Solo.
Okay.
I think Miles Teller still would have been better, but
Ooh,
I did like the
I can
guy
see that.
that played him. Yeah, Miles Taylor looks like him. I mean,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I feel like the other guy kind of did too.
yeah, eh, it still worked.
Yeah. This
It was cool.
Han Solo and Chewie,
I really,
solid duo.
yeah, that's a good duo. So, um,
Have you
they,
read the book? I believe it's crap, Death Troopers or
I've not,
something along those lines. Like the cover of it
uh-uh.
has a stormtrooper helmet with a hook in the eye. It's basically about it's Star Wars and zombies, but like Han Solo and Chewie are the main characters. They're like in this like prison ship, and like this outbreak happens, and it's them trying to get out and not get infected and stuff.
Oh wow, no, I have not seen
It's a
that.
pretty good one.
Huh.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Death
Well,
Troopers or something like that.
I will have to try to take a look at it. Okay, there we go.
Was just letting you talk, man.
Wow, the internet is just bad today, or I should
Yeah, I
say
don't know what's going
Riverside.
on. Yeah, something.
So, now since we did the duos, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, so these are side characters or sidekicks?
I was thinking of side characters,
Okay,
just
sounds
not
good
the
to me.
main focus of the movie, TV, game, whatever, just a character in it that you like.
Okay, so yes, the side character in it. This is going to be the Hall of Fame. We're gonna have to. We do need a. Are going to have to write this down so we can put it.
Oh yeah, we'll get a list
Um,
going or something.
and we will start with you because you. I'm just making sure that I don't have the one you picked, and I have a couple of ones that I might want to
If
choose.
if we have the same one, I will be amazed, but not surprised at the same time. But I'm going to go with a character from a Western. Some of you might be surprised by that. You know who I'm picking, don't you? By your face. Is it the same one you were gonna pick? Val Kilmer,
Depends on what
Doc
you're picking.
Holliday. I'll be
Yep,
your Huckleberry.
I was going. I was going to say the same damn thing.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I thought for sure, like, no, there's no way he's gonna pick Doc Holliday. No way.
That that's why I had an instinct. I had the instinct right when you said that. I was like, "Oh, I guarantee." He says that I might not pick him because you're thinking I'm only going to go sci-fi, probably. And
I didn't know where you were going. I don't know how much or if at all you liked Tombstone. So I was like, I freaking love
oh,
Tombstone. Val Kilmer's
I
great.
love that movie.
Doc Holliday. Oh, so good.
Yeah, Val Kilmer is awesome. That
Have
movie was
you
awesome.
heard before we get to yours real quick, have you heard people debating what he actually says, if it's "I'll be your Huckleberry" or Hucklebearer?
Huckleberry. It's Huckleberry. There's no
So
argument.
I well, there is an argument on the internet, but I found out the true answer this morning, and it is Huckleberry. But the argument on the other side is Hucklebearer because Huckles at that time was a slang term for the handles of a casket. I'll be your Hucklebearer. He will help carry your casket. He's gonna fucking kill you. So like I saw where it was going,
Oh.
how it could be true, but no, it's Huckleberry. It was another slang term at the time for like, yeah, no, I'm the one you want. I got you. I'm your Huckleberry. And it was actually I think Val Kilmer in his like memoir book actually stated like, no, it's Huckleberry.
Wow. All right. So I've decided I was gonna look at a few other lists here. Not. Okay. I'm gonna go Sidekick Hall of Fame. I think I'm gonna go with Samwise Gamgee
Oh, okay.
from Lord of the
Okay.
Rings.
That's a
Side
pretty good
character,
one actually.
sidekick. You know, there's a. I have a list that has a bunch of them on there. That's good. Uh,
Oh, there's so many. I mean, there
but
can only be
Sam,
one, what, maybe two main characters per thing. Like everybody else is a side character.
right? Yeah. It was great. He and one would think that he was the MVP of Lord of the Rings because he kept Frodo on track. He protected
Oh yeah.
Frodo. He saved Frodo on several cases. Frodo didn't listen about um what's his face, the monster, little
Gollum.
Gollum. Yes, didn't listen to Gollum's a bad person and he's going to betray you, and he
Yep.
still didn't listen. He was the voice of reason. He's a great side character, a
And Frodo
supportive
would have
character.
died so fast if it wasn't for Samwise.
Right.
And just the fact that like the potato thing, like potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. So
That's
good.
awesome.
I'm not even
Yeah.
a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
So yeah, I had a few different ones I can choose from, but
Well,
we'll
if we're
save
doing
those
this
for
every
another
week,
time.
we'll have some.
I know who I might have for next week, but I'm going to do more of a deep dive.
Well, it
And
depends on our category too.
that's right. So when you do your research and deep dive, prepare for a lot. I'll tell you which categories we got to choose from.
I was gonna say we should probably, when we get off the air, figure out what categories we're doing, so we have like a week to prepare for these instead of doing things
so
last
which
minute like we always do.
so we got Doc Holliday and Samwise Gamgee, Sam from Lord of the Rings, going into the Sideshow Chronicles Side Character Hall of Fame.
Our name is Sidequest Chronicles, but so close.
What did I say?
Sideshow Chronicles. If it comes up later that that name has already been taken in some capacity, we might change it to Sideshow. Who knows? But right now it's still SideQuest.
Oh gosh, I'm a
Might
friggin'
end up being a fucking
sideshow. That's what.
sideshow.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. Oh
Oh
shoot.
man. Yes, and then for
All right.
the duos Hall of Fame, we have Mario and Luigi, and remind me yours again.
Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Han Solo and Chewie. Pretty good inaugural members. Left off the
Yep.
obvious one for later episodes because that one was too easy.
Oh, dude, I think we just have to just put them in there to begin with.
Just automatically in there. I mean, we
it's it's
could.
pro- it, it's probably going to be one of these times where we both pick it on the same episode.
Or because there's no debate, we could just have them at number one and then we just did entry two and three.
Yeah, we can do that.
So since we haven't
Do we?
actually said their name yet, that is Batman and Robin.
Oh, oh no,
We
I'm
never
joking.
mentioned their name. Oh, I thought of a different one.
I was thinking there is another really really good one too. Combination.
God, there's a lot of
That
them.
poor little girl. Yeah. Um. Well, it goes go. It's another Star Wars duo. So, but
I'm
anyways,
sure we'll get to them
all
in
right.
a later episode.
Oh yeah, we got plenty. Um. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. This was the Sidequest Chronicles. Not
Hey,
to
there you
get confused with Sideshow. And I'm Howard, and this is Will. We were your hosts, and I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, we didn't have too many side quests, too many extra side quests.
go. Well, yeah, it was like the whole show's a side quest, man. Yeah, we
All
stayed
right.
fairly
Thank you
on
guys
topic
very
this
much
time.
for the look. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.